Another one for the didn't know it was on the C64 files. This was a demo of, brace yourselves, James Pond 2, codename Robocod. Well, this isn't. It's an advert for Penguin chocolate biscuits they jammed in for a bit of cash. I'd forgotten how often that happened. See also, KP Skips present Clumsy Colin Action Biker, at least 2 games featuring the guy from the Quavers adverts, and that unofficial Godzilla game they hastily jammed the Jewett monster into. Anyway, here's the game proper. The C64 got a bit of flack for its sort of muted colour palette compared to the other 8-bit micros of the time, but they've managed to find a way around that by making the most garish game known to man here. Unfortunately, in this demo version, there's not a huge amount to do, there's just this sort of map of the overworld. Here's Robocod's special power, his ability to extend his body. And having done that, you can grab onto things and grapple across. Yes, like I say, there's not a lot to do here. There's a couple of enemies floating around that you can kill. Let's try and find one. Here we are. Here's Bertie Bassett. I didn't think that was solid. Come here. Bounce, bounce, bounce! Ta-da! And that's pretty much it. There's not a lot else in this. According to the blurb, while it's loading, there's a secret room hidden somewhere, but I've been completely unable to find it. A slightly more pleasing on the eye demo of a platformer here. This is DJ Puff's Volcanic Capers. Apparently set in Easter Island. Look at this adorable fella. Oh yes, shooting this block changes the music for some reason. I never know why. Yes, for some reason Codemasters thought it would be a good idea to try and inject some Sonic-style 90s attitude into this, with not particularly working results. Shame this, it's obviously a very pretty platformer, and it's very sort of nicely put together and everything, just the level design is a bit too bad. There's way too many leaps of faith and everything in it. There you go. Yes, also a weird thing is you have one of 2 special weapons, bombs or flame breath, but you can't switch between them at any time. It just goes with the last one you picked up. Also, the collision detection with the blocks themselves seems a bit dubious. Slow and steady very much wins the race on this one. DJ Puff here, being a DJ, obviously, needs to pick up records, equally obviously. If you could just look down in this game, it would be a lot better. Quite why they need to have instant kill spikes below the instant kill water as well, I don't know. Seems a bit overkill. I could really do with... I could really have done with bombs rather than flame breath there. See, I clearly landed on that platform there, game, but it decided not. I was surprised to find there was actually an MS-DOS version of this. I didn't think Codemasters ever really dabbled in that. It appears to be a horrible flickery mess. I'm not sure whether that's DOSBox acting up though. Huge leap of faith! Nice idea, but yes, the level design itself is just painful to actually play, I'm afraid. Well, so much for the demos. Onto the full games, and this is the rather queasily named Agent Orange, because horrifying birth defects is something you want to be thinking about playing your silly shoot-'em-up game. Nice idea this, poor execution. It's a combination of shooter and farm management sim thing. Unfortunately, the enemy have a habit of just suicidally lurching right into you and killing you instantly. What you're meant to do is kill them, kill them, nick their seed pods and plant some crops, then harvest them and sell them for cash. By taking them back to that mothership there, you can burn down their crops as well. This isn't going terribly well. I think the mistake I made here was harvesting the crops instantly. There we go. Once they become red, I can harvest them in time. I think what I should have done is leave them to spread a bit, so I would get more money. Unfortunately, I got fed up so much of them crashing straight into me and dying instantly that I got fed up and didn't really bother. Oh well. The aim of the game, believe it or not, is to travel across 8 separate planets here in order to find the fabled weed killer, Agent Orange, and use it to kill everyone's crops apart from your own. This is... I have no idea who thought that would be a good idea for a game. In fact, it made me want to play something a little bit lighter-hearted, such as this. Let's cleanse the palate a bit with some further Jeff. I believe PK Minter here is actually Jeff's dad. Yes, this is Hover Bovver. Hover as in hover mower. And there's not many games that'll open up with you flat out nicking stuff from your neighbour. Sort of a twist on paint to this. You have to mow the lawn. Avoid the flowers because otherwise an extra guy will turn up and start chasing you around. Your neighbour, understandably, wants his mower back. You have a dog that you can set on said neighbour. The dog, unfortunately, gets annoyed by the sound of the mower and has a sort of tolerance meter. He will then, when that runs out, decide to attack you as well, disabling your mower temporarily. You can still set him on the enemy when that's happening though, if the loyalty meter is high enough. I forgot the neighbour can actually go across the flower beds. Oh dear. Yes, the neighbour will go across the flower beds. The guy who turns up, who is the gardener, if you mow the flowers, he won't go on the flower beds. No lives as such. Just 3 neighbours whose mowers you can nick. Now the problem here is how we're going to do that left-hand side. It's very neatly... yes, the mower has some acceleration, so it can be surprisingly difficult to do fine work. How am I going to get past this guy? That doesn't work. The dog's pissed off, and again. Yeah. I'm trying to actually get him, set him on the neighbour to try and deflect him, but it doesn't work. Right, let's think a bit tactically here. If I can lure him out... There we go. And accelerate swiftly over to this side, and trap him on the other side of the hedgerow. Hooray! Ta-da! Canine fidelity bonus. Problem now, we have very little hedgerow to try and trap the neighbour behind. Oh, running over your dog with the mower will unsurprisingly piss it off instantly, and it will reduce the tolerance level to 0. Like that. Oh, for heaven's sake, come on. I'm trying to get him to attack the neighbour and leave me alone, but it's not working. Right, thank you. Let's get them both trapped on the other side for the time being. Nope, that was foolish. Ah dear. Just stalling for time here, trying to... Nope. And that's it. I've run out of friends to nick mowers from now. And that's game over.